Bodily consciousness, an essential subject from Vinipedia. There are different platforms and status of consciousness. Bodily consciousness means sensual consciousness. Above that there is mental consciousness, speculative, philosophical, poetic. Above that intellectual consciousness. And Kaya consciousness is above intellectual consciousness. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinikote's bodily consciousness category. An introduction from his teachings is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's teachings. Just like anyone who is coming to Kaya consciousness in any country, they are forgetting their bodily consciousness. Just like in our society we have got members from different parts of the world. Especially in Africa we have seen there is very much distinction between white and black. But in our society there is no such distinction. Our Madhbh Gavatam lecture for April 1972, Melbourne. The process is that we have to give up all our false consciousness. We are under false consciousness. I am thinking, I am Indian, you are thinking you are German, and the dog is thinking, I am dog, and cat is thinking, I am cat. So this bodily consciousness, bodily concept of life, will keep us conditioned within the material nature. Bhagavad Gita Lecture, 22 June 1974, Bad Homburg, Germany. Actually, I don't depend on sleeping or eating or mating or defending. It is simply due to my bodily consciousness these things are required. But when one is actually spiritually advanced, he has no such appreciation. Just like Lord Jesus Christ, he was crucified, but he never protested because he had no bodily consciousness at all. So when one is spiritually advanced, there is no bodily consciousness. But we should not imitate. Our Madhbh Gavatam Lecture, 16 June 1968, Montreal. The difference between a person in Kaya consciousness and a person in bodily consciousness is that the former is attached to Kaya whereas the latter is attached to the results of his activities. The person who is attached to Kaya and works for him only is certainly a liberated person, and he has no anxiety over the results of his work. In the Bh Gavatam, the cause of anxiety over the result of an activity is explained as being one's functioning in the conception of duality, that is, without knowledge of the absolute truth. Bhagavad Gita 5.15 The material world means bodily consciousness. How to keep the body in comfortable. But that is not possible. Body means misery. You cannot keep it comfortable. That is MY. It will never be comfortable, but they are all trying to make it comfortable. This is called MY. Kleda Sadeha. So long you'll have a material body you'll have to suffer. So this Kaya consciousness movement is not on the bodily platform. Bhagavad Gita Lecture, 27 October 1975, Nairobi. And this way both husband and wife can advance in spiritual consciousness. This advanced stage is called the Paramahasa stage, and once it is obtained, both husband and wife can be actually liberated from bodily consciousness. If the disciple remains steady in the service of the spiritual master, he need no longer fear falling down into the clutches of MY. Our Madhbh Gavatam 4.28. 44. This body is a gift of the material nature, and one who is too much attached to the bodily consciousness is called Manda, or a lazy person without understanding of spirit soul. Ignorant men think of the body as the self. They accept bodily connections with others as kinsmanship. The land in which the body is obtained is their object of worship, and they consider the formalities of religious rituals to be ends in themselves. Bhagavad Gita 3.29 Mundane reviewers of these songs simply help people in general become debauchees, and this leads only to social scandals and atheism in the world. One should not misunderstand the pastimes of RDH and Kaya to be the activities of a mundane young boy and girl. The mundane sexual activities of young boys and girls are most abominable. Therefore, those who are in bodily consciousness and who desire sense gratification are forbidden to indulge in discussions of the transcendental pastimes of RRDH and KA. Kaitanya Karatam Ta, DLL 13.42.